The counter stretched forever. White marble, flawless, cool under Vernon's palms as he leaned forward. Behind it sat the clerk, name tag reading Dot, who looked up from a ledger the size of a small car with the expression of someone who'd heard this exact complaint before. "Welcome to Lost and Found," Dot said. "What can I help you locate?" "My reading glasses." Petulant Vernon patted his chest. Empty. He'd done that same motion every morning for 30 years. "I had them when well, before." "Before you died?" "Yes." "And you'd like them back?" "I would, yes." Insecure, he glanced around. The department was larger than Grand Central Station. Souls queued at other counters, some patient, others checking wrists where watches no longer existed. No sun, just light, flat, brighter than it needed to be. Dot was already writing. Her pen moved across the ledger without her looking down. Prescription strength? 2.5. Frame style? Tortoiseshell. The good kind, not... Define good kind. Vernon frowned. Italian, from that place on Madison Avenue, the one that... You remember the store? Of course. But not where you left your glasses. I... Stymied. He stopped, adjusted his shirt collar. The same Oxford button-down he'd died in, still had the coffee stain on the cuff. They were important. Clearly. She flipped through several pages. Each one made a crisp snap. Full name? Vernon Arthur Kelso. Date of arrival? Today, I think. Time's a bit... Everyone says that. Dot looked up. Your glasses didn't come with you. Obviously, that's why they weren't on your person when you died. Thorough intake process. Vernon's hand went to his chest again. Phantom pocket, phantom glasses. But I never went anywhere without... You died in your sleep, Mr. Kelso. You weren't reading. I might have. In heaven. What? You think you'll need reading glasses? In heaven? Vernon opened his mouth, closed it. The whole dying thing had been rather sudden. No warning, just awake one moment and then standing in an intake line that wrapped around 3 clouds. Now he was explaining something that made perfect sense 5 minutes ago and sounded insane now. Dot smiled. Not unkind, just practiced. Let me check the archives. Have a seat. The waiting area had chairs that molded to your body before you sat. Vernon didn't trust them. He stood instead, hands in his pockets. A woman at the counter 3 down was arguing about a wedding ring. Her voice kept rising, falling, rising again. And sentimental value. Ma'am, you're married to him here, too. He's in... But it was my grandmother's. Archive. With all earthly possessions. You can visit it during memorial hours. Visit it? It's a ring, not a... Everything from Earth is preserved. You just don't need it. I need it if I say... Doesn't matter. The woman's face went red. Then she laughed, sharp, bitter. This is insane. You know that, right? We're arguing about jewelry in heaven. The clerk, Patricia, according to her name tag, smiled. First day? Yeah. You'll adjust, or you won't. Either way, the ring stays in the archive. The woman laughed again, shook her head, walked away, still laughing. Behind him, a man was trying to retrieve his college diploma. His voice had that edge, that, please just listen to me, tremor. I worked 4 years for... You worked 83 years total, Mr. Pasternak. The diploma was... It was magna cum laude. Noted in your file. Then why can't I... Because you don't measure yourself by achievements here. That's ridiculous. The clerk, Ezra, according to his name tag, just stared, didn't blink, didn't speak. Mr. Pasternak deflated, emasculated, wandered toward the chairs, sat, stared at his hands. Vernon checked his wrist. Nothing there. He'd done that every 12 minutes for 40 years. The phantom habit itched. A heavy stapler clacked at counter 5, forms shuffling. A shoe squeaked on the marble. Dot returned with a small wooden box. She set it on the counter between them. Found them. Vernon reached. She slid the box back an inch. Before you open this, I just want my... You don't actually need them. I can't read without... You can read perfectly. 20/20 vision here. Better, actually. Vernon blinked, looked down at his hands. No trimmer. He'd had a trimmer for 6 years. Gone. He looked back at Dot. That doesn't... I mean, everything looks wrong. Wrong how? Too sharp? Too clear? I don't know, it's... He rubbed his temples. I get headaches without my glasses. The bridge of my nose, right here. It aches if I'm not wearing them. Dot leaned forward slightly. Does it ache now? Vernon's hand froze on his face. He pressed his fingers against the bridge of his nose. Nothing. No pressure. No phantom indent from the frames. That's not the point. What is the point? The point is, he gestured vaguely, I wore those glasses every day for 34 years. They're part of me. They were part of you. I didn't realize coming here meant I had to stop being me. Dot tilted her head. Mr. Kelso, you're not you because of your glasses. You're you because of, well, everything else. Easy for you to say, you didn't just... He stopped, looked at her name tag, at her patient expression. How long have you been here? Long enough to know that you're going to ask if you can keep them anyway. Can I? Sure. Dot pushed the box forward. It's your pocket space. He opened it. There they were. Tortoiseshell frames. Slight scratch on the left lens from when he dropped them at the Met in '09. He picked them up, turned them over. They felt lighter than he remembered. Almost weightless. Go ahead, Dot said. Put them on. He did. The world didn't change. Already crystal clear, the glasses added nothing. He looked at Dot through the lenses and saw exactly what he'd seen without them. Maybe sharper, which was worse somehow. Feel better? She asked. No. Still want them. He took them off, folded them. The muscle memory was still there, the precise way to close the arms without scratching the lenses, but they felt wrong in his hands. Too light. Too unnecessary, like holding a winter coat in July. What happens if I keep them? You carry them around, pull them out when you think you need to read, forget why you have them, keep carrying them anyway. Dot took the glasses from his hand, placed them back in the box. It's your pocket space. Just don't come back when the hinge snaps. We don't do repairs. You're enjoying this. Mr. Kelso, I process 400 souls a day. If I didn't enjoy it a little, I'd go insane. She smiled. Well, more insane. Vernon stared at the box, his glasses, the ones he'd bought on a rainy afternoon in Manhattan when the optometrist gave him a discount because he'd helped their cat down from a tree. He'd worn them to read his daughter's college acceptance letter, his wife's last note, every book, every menu, every... I don't want to visit them, he said quietly. Then don't. But they were yours. Now they're just objects. Nice ones. Well made, but objects. This feels like... She laughed. Short, bright. Mr. Kelso, this is heaven. We don't do tests. We do paperwork. Lots of paperwork, actually. I have a filing system that would make the Library of Congress weep. Then what's the point of this whole... He exasperated. This department, the counters, the endless queue? The point is you came here. You stood in line. You filled out a request. You waited 45 minutes. She tucked the box under her arm. That's the point. I don't... You will, or you won't. She shrugged. Eternity's long. You've got time to figure it out. Vernon didn't take the glasses. He walked away from the counter. Lighter. Also, somehow worse. The department stretched on behind him. More souls, more requests, more voices rising and falling and rising again. He passed the woman who'd laughed about her ring. She was sitting in the chairs now, still shaking her head, still smiling. Past another counter, a man asking about his high school letterman jacket. His voice had that same edge, that same tremor. A state championship in... "Sir, you have the memory of winning, the jacket's in storage." "But I earned—" Noted. At the exit, really just an archway of light, a sign hung at eye level. Heaven's Complaint Department. Third cloud on the left. Below it, smaller, "Please bring documentation. Wait times may vary. Forms available at the desk." Vernon stopped, read it twice. He wasn't going to file a complaint. That would be ridiculous. He had a question about the intake process, about whether there was a form for requesting a review of items left in the archive. That's all. Just a question. He checked his wrist. Still nothing there. From behind him, Dot's voice carried across the marble. "Next, please." Someone shuffled forward, papers rustling. The queue moved. One soul out, one soul in. A stapler clacked. A shoe squeaked. Vernon looked at his empty wrist one more time. Then he turned left, toward the third cloud, just to ask a question. The line for complaints stretched even longer than Lost and Found. He checked his wrist again. Then he got in line.